Okay, go ahead and talk about it.
So you see it looks a lot like Facebook, the format. I can post announcements or like similar to a Facebook update, and they will come right to this page, and then the students will receive an email notification to their school emails, which I had them sign up for Schoology with their school emails. So they'll get a notification to their school emails with my update that has been posted. So like last time I did a real update like this was when I knew I got sick, and I explained to them what would be happening the next day in class. So it was kind of a last minute announcements to them that they don't necessarily anticipate. So that's that. Then you can go to your courses. So I've got 2 different courses, and then each period just is kind of rolled into that same course because we do the same work. This is the page that they see. You can upload a picture, and there's a section for assignments, and I can post, for instance, they have a test on Friday. I posted the study guide, this is where I post all the study guides, and I titled it Monotheism Study Guide. It shows when I post it. I can also put a due date, but since this is a study guide, this is mostly just a file. Then they click on the file, and it downloads right to their computer. If I wanted to create an assignment, I could just click on that again, add assignment, type in the title of the assignment, I can describe the assignment, I can put the points that it's out of, I put the due date here, you select your due date. Now there's this option for grading, but I don't use this for grading because we have our Power Teacher grade book. So, and then here I can upload a file attachment to this assignment. Say I assign a reading and it's an electronic file. I can do that, or if I have, say there's a New York Times article I want them all to read for homework, I can embed the link in this assignment. Then you press create, and it comes up on the course page. Now, what I've done with my sophomores, which I've enjoyed, and you can also do, so that you have the section for assignments, you can also do online tests and quizzes, which I haven't done yet. That might be something I tackle next year. There's also a section for general files and links. So here's where I put, the standard essay outline that I use for most of my essays in this course. So they know where they can find that when an essay is assigned. Guideline for taking notes on the text is here. This is kind of just general all year stuff that they can access. My syllabus, the R-rated movie handout, that type of thing. So I put mostly general links and files in there, and then assignment specific files I'll put like with the assignment, so it's all in one place. Then there's this option to do a discussion board, which I think is pretty neat. For instance, we watched Walmart, the high cost of low prices during our Industrial Revolution unit, and we had a discussion in class, but I just felt like the time in class wasn't enough, so I posted a list of 4 questions, and I told them for extra credit they could respond to the questions and respond to each other. So you see some of these kids go pretty in depth with their response. I mean, you see a lot. You almost see like essay length. Here's one that's pretty much like a little essay. And as you can see, I had 27 of my sophomores respond to these questions.
That's
and
fantastic.
They'll often say, I agree with
another
student, and they'll explain why. So that's pretty cool. There's also the inbox, which looks like the Facebook inbox. They can inbox me, and I can get those. I also get those through my email. Like Facebook, you can opt to like have your inboxes sent to your email. This is the same thing. You can have that as well. So I get questions from them in both my school email, but also through Schoology. Let's see. There's this option for, everyone has a profile on Schoology. So for instance, this is my profile. I explained to them in the beginning of the year. I scheduled the cows, and we set this up together. You have to have an access code to access your to access the course. So we set it up together, and then I just had them write a fun fact about themselves in their profile that I wouldn't necessarily know about them as their teacher, because again, that allows you to see your students in a different light, and I think that's always really important. So I did that for them. I just explained my background, and I had them upload a picture. So I can look at the people who are registered in my courses, and so those are all my students, and you can see a lot of them have put up either goofy pictures of their dog or pictures of them playing sports and so on. You can also see a full calendar. And this will show when things are due. So they can click on the calendar view and they see the days that things are due in that week, upcoming due dates. I also have the option to, now I have to find where that is. Analytics. This shows when and what the student signed into. So when I say, this is the homework and blah, 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 it's on Schoology, download it, whatever, and then a student says, I left it at home. I said, well, you didn't really sign into Schoology, so you didn't access it. And I know Moodle has that capability as well, and that's really helpful because you see kind of the spike, and I'm able to, kind of gauge my student behavior on this and see, okay, they're all leaving it to the last minute, or it looks like they had a good idea of when things are due. But it breaks it down into, the amount of school, or what you're using Schoology for, and you can see my kids are usually using it to access assignments, small slice for discussion, but this is my first year using it, so I feel like
and the small slice for discussion is because there are relatively few discussions posted, and next year you'll have a lot more.
Next year it's something that I want to do more of, but you do have this option for gradebook, but it serves the same purpose as Power Teacher. So for me, it's not.
And Power Teacher is official.
A school program.
Right.
There's also the option to do attendance, which again, we have it, so I don't need it. But for a teacher that doesn't have anything, I think it's phenomenal.
Right.
Again, I can make updates here. So this gives me the option to alert all of mark course updates as announcements. So
nice.
Again, the last time I did this was back in February when I knew I was going to be out, and I needed to last minute tell my kids that I was going to be out and give them rundown of what would be expected. So I can also, I was reading the Times on the train going to the city one Friday afternoon after school, and I came across this article that related perfectly to our Industrial Revolution unit, but it had been, a month or so after we had already finished the unit. But I still thought it'd be interesting to show my kids. So I posted the article from New York Times straight to here. I embedded the link right here. And then I just said, read this yesterday while on my iPhone. Anyone have thoughts? And so you see, some of them did,
Yep,
and you can
great.
also so you see elements of Facebook here. Kids are familiar with this format. They're comfortable with it. I'm sure some of them wish I would just use Facebook, but I don't know that I'm really comfortable with that. I think that I don't know. I'm comfortable at this point having the separation.
Yes.
Because I tried Facebook last year with my students and they took advantage of it. I created my own school account and it got out of control. They didn't see it as a school
account.
And so
they
were just
personally.
blabbing on, blabbing on, random school updates, and it just got silly, and so I shut it down. And this they see as strictly school, but with elements of the social capabilities of Facebook. So, you can still you can still comment. If the language is more casual on this than it is in an essay, that's fine, because this isn't formal writing. I want them, this is more like reflection, and so that's how I use it.